seconds and counting. Team.
Hey, what's up, guys? Clutch State Entertainment here, back with another video. I'm Drew, and today we will be talking about the Houston Texans as they have interviewed 49ers passing game coordinator Bobby Slowik for their offensive coordinating position. Slowik is just 35 years old and has worked under Kyle Shanahan, the current 49ers head coach, for years, and he is described as a very bright young coach. We fully anticipate him being able to bring in that Shanahan, West Coast scheme, something that's just worked so well over the entirety of the NFL, and something that it appears new Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans would like to bring. It does not appear that DeMeco Ryans will be retaining much of the staff. We've heard nothing about current offense coordinator Pep Hamilton. He hasn't officially been fired. The expectation is that he will not be retained, as the Texans are looking at Bobby Slowik for the offensive coordinator position, and I would assume more candidates will come out later. And let's just take a look at the kind of career of Bobby Slowik so far. He started out with the Redskins in Washington from 2011 to 2013 as the defensive assistant. Took a little break and worked for PFF, kind of just as an analyst there. I don't know if you know much about them, but they do a lot of film breakdowns. They're big on statistics there. And it takes a really smart person such as Slowik to work there. And then in 2017, when Kyle Shanahan was hired as the head coach there, he was brought on as a defensive quality control coach. And something interesting about that is that means he was in meetings and talking with DeMeco Ryans very, very often, just in that little span as the defensive quality control coach. And that is going to be huge for Bobby Slowik in terms of interviewing with the Texans and potentially getting that offensive coordinating position. Then from 2019 to 2020, he was the offensive assistant in San Francisco. In 2021, he was the offensive pass game specialist, and then this past year, he became the offensive passing game coordinator. That doesn't necessarily mean that he called plays, but he was in the room, game planning, helping. He could have been drawing plays, just kind of going over the scheme and making sure that everything's right. So something interesting for me about Bobby Slowik is just that fact. What I said earlier about him being in the meetings with DeMeco Ryans, working on the defense side of the ball. It kind of just shows some versatility. To have a better knowledge of both sides of the ball is something that is very important as an offensive play caller. He hasn't called plays before, but people believe that Bobby Slowik will most definitely be getting an offensive coordinating position at some point. At this time, the Niners have made it clear they would generally like to retain Slowik. They obviously like what he provides for the Niners in San Francisco, just in the building. He's definitely regarded as a very smart young mind here. But I think it'd be very beneficial for Slowik to go with DeMeco, go to the Texans, call plays, something they will not be able to do in San Francisco whatsoever. And this is going to be big for him if he can get the job. He's my top candidate for the Texans offense coordinator job. I love everything about that West Coast scheme. I think that's exactly what they need, exactly what a potential new quarterback here needs, especially if it's going to be a rookie, something you might take with that number 2 overall pick. And that would be very, very desirable. And that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to keep in touch with us about all the news, Texans related, Rockets related, all those Houston sports, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.